Okay, now that we've won this brand new Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, let's check out the bonus series the car is featured in. There's just one bonus series in elite section of your career called Super Speed Factor. So let's jump on right ahead to that very series, which obviously if you won this car through limited time series or if you bought it because you missed out on the limited time series run, if you bought them or won it, this series would be the one that would automatically unlock. Otherwise, you would access this series by, according to Fire Monkeys, winning 8 trophies in Vanguard Challenge, which is, of course, the very first main career series in elite section of the career, that one. So just 8 trophies, not even gold, which is interesting way to put it. So they want you to really get to this series and race, I guess. But anyway, and to complete it, you're gonna need 400% completion. We're talking. You're gonna need a PR of 78.2, and considering the 3 cars featured in this series, obviously we got F8 Tributo from Ferrari. That was last update, right? And of course we got a classic now, McLaren 720S Coupe, which is one of the probably the best McLaren in the game, I think. And of course we got the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Out of the 3 cars, only car that can meet the or reach the PR above the required number of 78.2, it's the new one, Lambo. That is the only one that can reach the PR high enough. Because let's check out, let's see, F8 Tributo, when it's maxed out, you're gonna reach PR 72.2. So that's obviously far below 78.2 required. And the McLaren 720S does get a little bit closer, 76.5, but close doesn't cut it, as we all know. So that's not an option, which means the Aventador does get up to 79 when it's fully upgraded with a ton of gold. So, you know, if you won the car through limited time series, most likely you have spent like 375 gold on the upgrades to get it up to the, what is that, 75 or something like that, right? 75.1, I think, is what we needed to complete the limited time series. So I would wait on the upgrade sale on the car, because we all know it's coming eventually, where they usually offer 20 to 30% off. Then, you know, you get a little bit more out of your gold, right? So that'll be my recommendation. But for the time being, let's check out what the series is all about. Push these modern supercars to the limit around some of the most challenging courses on the planet. All right. So, it is a 20 tier bonus series with 3 time trials sprinkled throughout. Of course, each time trial featuring a single car, so it's the one that's following the showcase. So if you want to, of course, 100% complete this bonus series, and there's 77 gold total for 100% completing. So, you know, what you get back in return, it's not a net gold positive series as you might expect. None of them really are. There are some in exclusive series where by 100% completing, you actually come out net gold ahead. But typically that's not the case. You're paying to play. So, all right. So in order to 100% complete in these career series, obviously you do need to own all cars, because there are, what do you call it? showcase series, which features a particular car, and a time trial that you can only run with that particular car. It would have been nice if they put in the last tier time trial featuring all three cars. That would have been kind of neat to, compare the three cars on the same track, because I have a feeling the three time trials are going to be on three different venues. But we'll find out. So first, 25%, speaking of rewards, get you 9 gold of 77 available. So that would be, since there are 20 tiers, somewhere around tier 5, which is in this case time trial. But if you don't own this car, the Ferrari F8 Tributo, you're not going to be able to do these 2 tiers, which means tier 6 will unlock, and most likely around tier 6, if you skip 4 and 5, you'll get to claim the 25% completion reward of 9 gold, and then 50%, which is going to be around tier 10 to 11-ish, depending on how many of these cars you actually already own, right? And if you don't own these cars, don't worry about it. As soon as the showcase series unlocks, there's going to be a 20% showcase discount for the car that is featured. That lasts 2 days nowadays. So you have some time to kind of consider your options, right? Otherwise, you don't necessarily have to own these cars to proceed onto the next tier, because they usually unlock earlier. You don't necessarily have to complete these showcase and time trials to unlock the next tier. So something else to keep in mind. And 15 gold is the 50% completion reward, and around kind of going with the same, dividing 20 by into fourth, right? Around tier 15 to 16-ish. If you've been skipping more tiers because you don't own a particular car or two, then you would be looking at more like tier 17 to claim the 75% completion reward, which is another 21 gold. And then upon 100% completion, you get the remaining 32 gold out of 77 available. So back to, because I'm assuming most of you guys watching this video have won this car through limited time series. This car, by that I mean this one, the Lambo SVJ, right? The Aventador. Your car's PR is up to 75.1. So let's unlock the series and see how far that takes us. Generally, with that high of a PR, you can reach 75% completion. So that's my assumption, which means that is worth what? 45 gold? So, that's another 45 gold you can discount from 375 that you put into this car, on top of the 75 we won by completing the limited time series. So, I don't know, that's 120 gold we're getting back if you run through 75% on this series, right? So, yeah. All right, so tier 1, of course, no PR requirement because it's the first tier. And generally, if you don't own, oh no, in bonus series, they don't even give you loaners, do they? It's only the big box main career series, I think you get a loaner. At least that's what I think. I own all 3 cars on this account, so I wouldn't be able to verify one way or another. But anyway, I think that's the way it works out. So tier 1, we got Autocross at Mazda Raceway, Hunter at Silverstone International, and the Cup is going to be at Porsche Test Track. Did it say long road? Yeah, 2 laps. So that's cool. And let's just use gold to unlock the next tier. Tier 2, now we got a PR requirement of 57.9 to get past that, which is pretty low. Like, that's far below the base PR of this Aventador SVJ. So, if you won this car, you're already going through this one. Let's see. How about the other cars? Let's see. 720S McLaren. Base PR is 61.5, so that's far above the required number here once again. And F8 Tributo Ferrari starts at 55.6, so this PR requirement in Tier 2 is really for Ferrari. They want you to upgrade that car. So anyway, we got Speed Snap at Catalunya Club, Speed Record at the road course of the Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and the Cup at Nürburgring Grand Prix. How many laps? 2 laps, as I said, PR 57.9, which shouldn't be too difficult to reach. And then Tier 3, what do we have? We got head-to-head at Suzuka East. How many laps is it going to be? Just a single lap. All right, so that's a pretty short one. And we got elimination at Dubai International. And we got a Cup at Mount Panorama with a PR requirement of 59.1. So once again, that's really only for the Ferrari. And it's going to be another 2-lap Cup. All right, so let's go on to Tier 4, which is the showcase tier, featuring Ferrari F8 Tributo. And showcase tiers don't have any PR requirement either, because they're assuming you just bought the car or something like that, or they want you to be able to race right after you buy the car to, well, showcase, right? So we got endurance at Hockenheim National, and the Cup is going to be a Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit, 2 laps. All right, as you saw, only one car you can race, and that is the F8 Tributo, as the title suggests there. And then the time trial is going to be at Daytona Road Course, and once again, it's for just that F8 Tributo. And both of these should either unlock at the same time, or you only should need only so many trophies in Tier 3 to unlock these two. Most likely, when you get all 3 trophies, so up to Tier 3, if you get all trophies, meaning 9 trophies up to that point, that should be enough to unlock, earn 9 trophies. So you don't necessarily have to compete in Tier 4 or 5 to carry on, right? So Tier 6, now we got Hunter at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit, Autocross at Brands Hatch, Indy Circuit, of course. And the Cup here is going to have PR requirement of 61.9, which is higher than the base PR of the McLaren 720S. So you might, depending on the status of your car. Once again, I feel like McLaren 720S, we've won it in the past, but if you haven't, this is slightly 0.4 PR point higher than the base PR, so you're gonna need to spend some gold here. Not gold, racing dollars. Why did I say gold? I don't know. So that is 3-lap Cup with a PR requirement of 61.9. And this car was not a limited time series car, it was a special event car. So I managed to, I think I must have won it with 13 of 28 upgrades on board. So that's less than 21 gold. So it did cost me not as much. Anyway, moving on to the next tier, Tier 7. We got Speed Snap at Spa, head-to-head at Dubai International, another single lap head-to-head. And the Cup is going to be at Le Mans 24-hour circuit with a PR requirement of 62.9, and it's going to be a single lapper. So let's see. 62.9 is 0.1 higher than this Aventador SVJ's base PR. Sometimes when it's that close, they kind of ignore the decimal point. But if we go strict by the number, then you're gonna need, even with the Aventador, you're gonna need at least one upgrade to get past tier 7 here. Anyway, tier 8, we got speed record at Melbourne, elimination at Berlin, and Cup is gonna be at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, PR requirement 63.9. So obviously, you're gonna need more upgrades if you have not won this car through the limited time series. But if you did, we have still ways to go, since your PR should be at 75.1, and it's gonna be 3 laps. All right, moving on to the next tier is gonna be the McLaren. Yeah, I think both of them was 17 trophies to unlock. So these two, time trial and the showcase, should unlock at the same time. And then next one is the 18 trophy required, which means you just need the, well, if you have 2 trophies here in tier 8, that should unlock the showcase and time trial for 720S Coupe. And then by completing all 3 or winning a trophy, meaning just color doesn't matter, as long as you win, get on the podium, they don't care how high, right? That should unlock the tier 11. But back to tier 9, the autocross at Daytona Motorcycle Course, and the Cup with this McLaren is going to be at Spa, 3 laps. So that's a long race. That should be fun. All right, and then the time trial featuring McLaren is going to take place at Catalunya National. So that's a pretty short circuit, especially with this car. Look at that, top rank, 47 seconds. That is fast. All right, moving on to tier 11. We got a drag race at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. We got head-to-head at Hockenheim Short. That's just a quick single lap head-to-head. And the Cup in tier 11 is at Leipzig, Porsche Test Track Dynamic Circuit. PR requirement 63.9, 5 laps. All right, so let's see. All 3 cars, if you have high enough PR, we're still able to continue on. So if you own any of the 3 cars, basically, I think you should be able to claim 50% at least. And let's find out what the 75% completion is going to require. So it's going to be coming up soon. But anyway, before that, we got tier 12, speed record as Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit. So that's a short one. Endurance at Monza Junior. And the Cup is going to be at Dubai Grand Prix. PR requirement 67.7. So we're still good. 4 laps. All right, so PR, the lap count's beginning to go up here. And then tier 13. All right, we're getting very close to that 75% tier, right? All right, we got Hunter at Mount Panorama. Speed Snap at the Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. And Cup is at Silverstone Grand Prix. PR requirement 70.2. And this one's 4-lap Grand Prix Cup race. And of course, the final showcase is the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. And this one and time trial should unlock at the same time. Anyway, we got elimination at Hockenheim National. And the Cup is going to be a Suzuka Grand Prix. 4 laps, no PR requirement because it's a showcase. All right, now the time trial featuring Aventador SVJ is going to be taking place at Bugatti Circuit. So that should be fun. And moving on to tier 16, which could possibly be your 75% completion tier, depending on how many cars you have. And the PR requirement is 70.2. So that we can go with any of the 3 cars featured in this series still. Right. So we autocross at Berlin, head-to-head at Spa, single lap. And Cup is going to be at Mazda Raceway, 7 laps. So yes, lap counts going up. All right, tier 17. And this might be something that you might have to get to if you don't own all three cars in order to claim the 75% completion. All right, and this one, let's see, we start with a speed record at Suzuka West, a speed snap at Melbourne, and the Cup is going to be at Catalunya Grand Prix with a PR requirement of 72.8. And that number is significant because that is beyond what you can do with the Ferrari. So we're dropping off Ferrari here. Tier 17 is the limit. However, McLaren, we're still good. Lamborghini, we're still good. So if you had an option to pick one car to go through as far as you can, obviously the choice is Aventador SVJ, right? And cost-wise, McLaren is the cheapest one. That's 650 gold. And then the other cars are the Ferrari and Lambo, the Italians. They are both 750 gold each, so they're a little bit pricier. All right, moving on, tier 18, we got, so I'm assuming in order to get 75% completion, maybe you can get there with any of the three cars because I don't know if you need to complete all three and unlock tier 18 too. I'm pretty certain that you, let's see, you'll be missing out on 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers. Huh. Maybe you do need, maybe you cannot reach. That's going to be an interesting thing to find out. Can you reach 75% completion with Ferrari? My guess is maybe. I have a feeling if that's the only car that you own, probably not. Because of all the tiers that you'll be skipping over. But then again, I mean, you're not skipping over tier 4, so you're skipping over tier 9, 10, and 14, 15. So maybe you can reach 75% completion with any of the three cars featured in this series. If not, you're going to be pretty darn close with the Ferrari. But let's assume that you guys all own, because have won the Lambo. I know, bold assumption. Anyway, let's move on. Tier 18, we got Hunter as Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix, Endurance at Monza Road Course, and the Cup is going to be a Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix with a PR 74.9, which is something both Aventador and 720 Coupe can reach, although my car doesn't have enough PR. So in my case, it's going to be all on the shoulders of Aventador SVJ. And it's going to be a 6-lapper, so that's going to be fun. And then tier 19, of course, this is about where I'm going to have to stop because tier 19 PR requirement is 76.7. We get elimination at Nürburgring, Mühlenbachschleife, and speed record at Red Bull Ring National Circuit. And the Cup at Hockenheim Grand Prix, 6-lap Grand Prix Cup with a PR requirement of 76.7. So obviously I cannot do that with the limited time series PR. But let's say you got through that. The final tier, Speed Snap at Brands Hatch, head-to-head at Bugatti Circuit, single lap. And the final Cup is going to be at Monza Road Course with the PR requirement of 78. So that is a little bit lower than what they were saying. They said 78.2 on their site. So I have a feeling upgrade-wise, it's probably going to cost the same. So most likely you'll have to max out engine because this one has that, that's a tier with 2 more upgrades. And same goes for body. So basically 110 gold for body and 145 for engine, but they should unlock the next racing dollar upgrade. So let's check that out. Yep, there it is. It does unlock the next tier. And that does, maxing out engine brings my PR up to 76.3, which obviously not quite enough. But if we go all the way up on body as well, now we're up to 77.2. And we need 0.8 more. Which one's gonna get me there? Not drivetrain. How about suspension? No. How about tires and wheels? No, that is a shame. So we need 2 more gold upgrades here. And drivetrain's 135, suspension 125. So tires and wheels plus suspension is the cheapest way to get there. So yeah, that's gonna be that's expensive. Series 2. And your final PR is gonna be most likely 78.4. And if you didn't get either body and or engine full up, obviously you're gonna have to end up spending more gold because you're gonna need one of these other, well, drivetrain definitely. But yeah, any 2 gold upgrade, the 4th tier gold upgrade combined is always gonna be more expensive than what you can get. What you will spend on engine or body to get 2 upgrades. So that's why I would say getting everything maxed out except for drivetrain is the, so all, what is it, 27 upgrades out of 28 available. Yikes, that's pretty pricey, but that's what you're gonna need if you want to complete this 100% right away. So hopefully you guys found this information on this video useful. If you liked it, press that thumb up like button and subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll see you on the track. All right, take care guys.